For 75 years, NATO tanks have stood as the ultimate deterrent against aggression. From Cold War standoffs to modern conflicts, these armored giants evolved from crude post-war designs into technological marvels. Today, we're revealing 40 tanks that defended the free world. Let's begin. Generation 1, Post-War Foundations, 1949 to 1960. M4 Sherman. The World War II era, over 50,000 Shermans equipped NATO forces in the alliance's early years. Reliable, proven, and available in massive numbers when NATO formed in 1949. Belgium, France, and Italy relied on them until better designs arrived. M26 Pershing. America's heavy tank that arrived too late for significant World War II service but dominated Korea. Belgium and Italy operated Pershing for NATO defense through the 1950s. It proved American armor could match anything the Soviets fielded. Centurion. The legendary British tank that served 13 NATO nations including Canada, Denmark, and the Netherlands. From Korea to Desert Storm, it fought for over 40 years. One of history's most successful tank designs, proving British engineering excellence. M46 Patton. America's first Patton saw heavy Korean combat while defending NATO Europe. Belgium and other alliance partners used it throughout the 1950s. It combined mobility with firepower, setting the template for future American tanks. M47 Patton. Over 8,000 equipped Turkey, Italy, Spain, and West Germany. This tank bridged the gap between World War II armor and modern Cold War designs. It gave NATO a standardized medium tank when the alliance desperately needed one. M48 Patton. The definitive first-generation NATO tank with 19 member nations operating it. Germany, Turkey, Spain, and Greece made it their backbone. Its rounded hull became iconic across NATO, serving from the 1950s through Vietnam. M41 Walker Bulldog. The fast light tank serving Spain, Denmark, and other NATO nations in reconnaissance roles. Over 3,000 were built for scouting missions. Its speed and reliability made it perfect for NATO's rapid reaction forces. AMX-13. France's innovative light tank with distinctive oscillating turret and autoloader. The Netherlands operated them for NATO reconnaissance. Over 3,000 served worldwide, showing French design creativity in the early Cold War. Conqueror Heavy Tank. Britain's massive tank defending NATO's German border against Soviet heavies. Its 120mm gun penetrated any armor. Only 185 were built, but they provided essential heavy firepower when NATO faced overwhelming Soviet numbers. M103 Heavy Tank. America's heaviest Cold War tank at 65 tons guarding NATO Europe. Its 120mm gun matched the Soviet threat. Marines used it until 1974, providing crucial fire support capability. Generation 2 Cold War Muscle, 1960 to 1980. M60 Patton. NATO's backbone for 30 years with 15,000 built. Turkey, Greece, and the US relied on it from Vietnam to Desert Storm. It defined Western armored power through the Cold War's most dangerous decades. Leopard 1. Germany's return to tank building that 13 NATO nations adopted. Canada, Italy, Denmark, and the Netherlands relied on it throughout the Cold War. Its balance of firepower, mobility, and protection became the NATO standard. Chieftain. Britain's heavily armored tank serving NATO from 1967 with the most powerful tank gun in Western service. Its 120mm rifled gun dominated battlefields. The emphasis on protection over speed defined British doctrine. AMX-30. Over 3,000 built, prioritizing mobility over armor. Spain and Greece used this fast French tank extensively. It reflected French doctrine emphasizing speed and firepower over passive protection. Stridsvagn 103 S-Tank. Sweden's revolutionary turretless design that amazed NATO observers. It aimed by tilting the entire hull, creating an incredibly low profile. Only Sweden deployed this radical concept, but it influenced NATO thinking. M60A2 Starship. America's futuristic attempt mounting the Shillelagh missile system. Only 540 were built as complex systems proved too difficult to maintain. An ambitious experiment that showed NATO's technological ambitions. Generation 3 Revolutionary Designs, 1980 to 2000. M1 Abrams. The gas turbine-powered revolution that changed NATO warfare forever. capable of 72 kilometers per hour with revolutionary armor. Over 3,000 deployed in Europe, ready to face Soviet attacks that never came. Leopard 2, Germany's masterpiece that 18 NATO nations adopted. The Netherlands, Spain, Greece, and others made it their standard. Composite armor and fire control systems made it the Cold War's most advanced tank. Challenger 1, Britain's Chobham armored beast that achieved a 5 kilometers kill record in Desert Storm. Only 420 were built, but they proved British armor technology was unmatched. Ultimate protection for British crews. Leclerc, France's technological marvel with cutting-edge electronics and a 12-round-per-minute autoloader. Only France operates them within NATO. It shows French commitment to independent defense technology. C1R8, Italy's main battle tank with 200 defending Italian territory. Designed specifically for Alpine and Mediterranean terrain. It entered NATO service in 1995, giving Italy modern armored capability. M1A1 Abrams, the Desert Storm legend that destroyed Iraqi armor at incredible ranges. Over 5,000 serve America today. Australia, NATO partner, and Poland also operate them, proving its export success. Leopard 1A5, the ultimate Leopard 1 upgrade with Leopard 2 fire control systems. Greece and Turkey still use them. It proved that first-generation tanks could be modernized to remain relevant. M60A3, thermal sights and laser rangefinders transformed the aging pattern. Turkey and Greece still field modernized versions today. It showed how 1960s tanks could fight in the 1990s with upgrades. Generation 3+, Modern Warriors, 2000 to 2020. Leopard 2A5, Germany's upgraded version with wedge armor and digital systems. Finland, Norway, and Sweden, new NATO members, use these. It defines modern NATO tank warfare with advanced protection. Leopard 2A6, the version with the longer L55 120mm gun providing enhanced range and penetration. Germany, Spain, Greece, Portugal, and Finland operate this variant. It's NATO's most widely used modern tank. M1A2 Abrams, America's networked warrior dominating NATO battlefields today. Over 1,500 serve the U.S., with Poland operating 250. Digital systems allow unprecedented battlefield coordination. Challenger 2, Britain's fortress that has never lost a crew member to enemy fire. 386 serve NATO forces with the world's toughest armor. Its rifled 120mm gun is unique among NATO tanks. Leclerc XLR, France's modernization program upgrading 200 tanks with network warfare capabilities. New armor and digital systems ensure it remains NATO's most technologically sophisticated platform into the 2030s. STRV-122 Leopard 2A5, Sweden's version brought into NATO in 2024. Extra roof armor protects against top attack missiles. 120 serve in harsh Scandinavian conditions, strengthening NATO's northern flank. K2 Black Panther, Poland bought 1,000 from South Korea for NATO's eastern defense. Active suspension and 120mm/55 gun make it formidable. First Asian-designed tank serving NATO, showing alliance's global reach. PT-91 Torty, Poland's upgraded T-72 with explosive reactive armor and Western electronics. Over 200 strengthen NATO's eastern flank. It shows how former Warsaw Pact nations modernized Soviet designs for NATO service. T-72M4CZ, Czech Republic's deep modernization with Western electronics and upgraded armor. 30 tanks defend Czech territory with dramatically improved combat systems. NATO membership drove the transformation. M84, Croatia and Slovenia operate these for NATO after joining. Over 600 were originally built. Modernized with Western systems, they defend NATO's southeastern flank effectively. TAR-85M1 Bison, Romania's modernized tank strengthening NATO's Black Sea defense. Improved fire control and protection transformed Soviet-era design. It guards the alliance's critical southeastern border. Generation 4 Future Force 2020 present. Leopard 2A7, the latest German variant with enhanced urban warfare capabilities and additional armor. Norway, Hungary, and Qatar partner operate them. It represents the cutting edge of current tank technology. Leopard 2A8. Germany's newest version announced in 2023 for delivery starting 2025. Enhanced protection against drones and top-attack missiles. It addresses lessons from Ukraine, showing NATO adapts continuously. Challenger 3. Britain transforms Challenger 2s with new turret and smoothbore 120mm gun. 148 will guard NATO starting 2027. It finally standardizes British ammunition with other NATO nations. M1A2 SEPV3. America's latest Abrams with improved armor, ammunition data link, and network capabilities. Trophy Active Protection System defeats incoming missiles. It's the most advanced Abrams variant ever deployed. Abrams X. America's technology demonstrator for next-generation armor. Hybrid power plant, unmanned turret, and reduced crew. While not in production, it shows where NATO tank warfare is heading in the 2030s and beyond. Conclusion. NATO tanks evolved from post-war stopgaps into technological marvels. For 75 years, they've stood ready to defend freedom against any threat. As new members join and technology advances, NATO's armored fist remains the ultimate deterrent. This is the arsenal that kept the peace.